Sam, I'm gonna try. This is just irritating me. I'm gonna try to shut this broken ass door.
All right, broadcast is live.
Hey, it's partly working. Man, I hate this door. Fuck a Saurus. What the fuck is Saurus? I worked it the other day. He's can, let's get in there. That's all there is to it. Yeah! I am all that is man! Not really. But you know. Make sure all my facial accessories are in order. We're not rolling live, are we? Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that figures.
Even better.
Even better. Did we get to see me finagling with my broken ass door over there?
Yes. I forgot to copy the link. I'm an idiot.
Oh, shit.
That's not the one I want.
Huh?
Links.
You like how I'm dressed like a Bible salesman?
I think it's hot.
Thanks, man. I didn't dress up for the show, but it's for a different reason. But I like it. I think I might make this a staple. Dress up like a Bible salesman for the show. It's a I have a couple white shirts that don't have blood and shit all over. It's not real blood. See, I got my bloody shirts over here. Oh, bloody as hell. These aren't mine. These are Evil Agent Thompson's. You know, you can't. If you're gonna be an evil agent within the agency, evil agents must have at least one bloody shirt. Standard operating procedure. And a banana. I go bananas for bananas.
Banana.
Unless they're in abundant supply, then who gives a fuck, you know?
Oh, those butt bananas you were talking about earlier don't sound pleasing.
What? What bananas?
Yeah, those would be bananas.
Oh, yeah! It's no good.
Here we go. All right.
So, Tim, we are live?
We are live. I am going to share this on my timeline.
Yeah. It's the What the Fuckosaurus show, where we what the fuck and you a saurus. That's great. What the Fuckosaurus is a close relative of the dumb Fuckosaurus. But, you know, both of the Triassic period, of course.
There we go.
Antediluvian as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are. Yeah, man.
So how are they going to see this? Is it just flippity flopping back and forth between my screen and yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna look into more apps to add on to Google Hangouts to see if there's a way to fix that. I don't know.
Shit, man. Works for me. I mean, at least it's something.
Yeah, no kidding.
Honestly, I don't even mind it. It's not bad.
And see, the great thing about this is if I just want people to hear my my gorgeous voice, I can make that happen, and that's just like that.
Oh.
And they're just here.
Hey, where'd I go? I'm gone.
No, you should still be there.
Oh, I'm back. I can see it again. Well, you do have a solid voice, though, man. Several people,
thank you.
In person have stated this to me. I said, who's that one guy that sounds similar to you but is not you? I said, that's Tim. And they said, that dude has got a pro voice for radio. I said, I know.
You know, I've got the face for radio as well, so you know we're golden there.
Well, and I'm built like a brick shithouse. So.
Oh man, let's hope we get some kind of viewers out of this. I mean, it ought to be interesting. It's a little easier for people to get into it on Facebook Live, but I think this is a better option, especially once we get Kalani involved and. Yeah.
Well, he's involved.
They can chat with us right here as well.
He's involved. He's just not as available as we are, which is kind of weird.
They can chat with us here as well. So
what's that?
They can chat with us here as well.
Hmm. And thanks for setting this shit up too, by the way, man. It's and it's working, which is even wow. Show yourselves. Who said that? I see somebody. Oh, you did.
Yep.
All right. Well, oh hey, we've got a couple viewers, unless that's us.
No, that shouldn't be us. I don't have the window open.
All right, good. All right, so Alexis reminded me, and as I was saying, you gotta be careful with bananas. It's like, oh, I don't gotta wash the banana, right? Because if you peel it, now you do, because we can't blame the pickers entirely. Apparently, pickers don't have enough bathrooms typically when they're out picking, and they're already getting paid poorly. So they kind of, when they gotta take a shit, they just do it, and then
that's crazy
with the fruit picking. So wash your shitty bananas, because you don't want to have a shitty banana. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's the health hazard 101 for the day. Health hazards that you can avoid.
Yeah. Hey, if you're watching this, hit us up in the comments. Let us know who you are. We don't have a list of viewers or anything like that. So.
No, but that's all right. We're still experimenting. We're not officially rolling, but we kind of are.
Yeah, we are at that age where experimenting is okay.
Yeah, that's right. And look, we're getting set up though. We've got microphones and somewhat decent cameras, right?
I've still got to figure out how to get this broadcast through Facebook Live just to broaden the audience a little bit.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, the thing is, like, well, it's like what I was saying earlier, man. Like, think of how many times. I don't think I've ever caught a podcast live, and I watch podcasts all the fucking time. I've never caught one live. Frankly, I don't even know how to.
I got to get with the guys from U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments and see how they do it. I was actually watching theirs earlier, and they have a call-in number, all this jazz, man.
What was the one of the groups that reached out to us? And gave us the legal info. Would they have?
That's actually an entrepreneur group.
Oh.
Yeah. They there's a lot of advice in there about setting up businesses and things of that nature. Who am I getting an email from?
Well, I guess that's what we're. I guess that's what we're doing basically anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, I'm hoping to get to that point. And watching their feed, they had less than like 30 viewers.
They had what?
Less than 30 viewers, and their page. I mean, they've been around for a long time.
Really?
They've got thousands upon thousands of followers and whatnot. But they've been doing this whole video podcast thing for a while.
Yeah. And
I am interested in seeing exactly how they do it. My thing is when you're talking to other broadcasters and whatnot, you got to make sure they understand you're not trying to be in competition with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Different audience, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I have no interest. I don't like competing with anybody. I don't have the energy for that shit. I don't even like friendly competitions for that matter. Fuck, I don't even like playing first-person shooters. I'll play the campaign, but I never go online. Like,
I love playing online.
I just fucking hate doing the competition. It's just not for me. I don't have the energy for it. So yeah, no, not competition. And mutually beneficial. That's what I like. Or zero-sum games, but in the good way.
Yeah.
It's where everybody benefits. It's not an overly utopian idea. This shit works in practice and in theory.
That it does.
A little competition here and there is good too, but
It is happening, and it's happening right here.
This isn't pot, by the way. I don't do that. It's not an ideological thing. I just don't. That's what it is. Tobacco. It's not my I couldn't find my fancy tobacco. It's native spirit. It's gross.
The tax-free stuff.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. Yeah. If you're Native American, you're tax-free. I'm just enough Native American that it doesn't matter, and tax-free doesn't apply to me, just like a lot of so-called white people in the States.
Yeah, same here, I think. I don't know. I actually have cousins on the reservation.
See it in you, though, man. I can see it. A little bit. A little bit.
It's the lack of facial hair. That's what it is, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but the facial hair you do have is solid. And it's like, oh, it's a style. And then, but people don't get it because, like, for mine's shitty and, like you said, like a 20-year-old. And the best is none of this came in until much later. And before that, I just had pieces. And they were like, oh, so it's a style. Like, no, this is just all that happens. So
see, that just reminds me of that what is it, Joe Dirt. So you're telling me that you were so ingrained with the white trash DNA, your facial hair naturally grows in that way.
In that white trash way.
Yeah, man. No, seriously, like almost nothing grows here. It's just like individual hairs.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's a bummer because, you know, okay, I don't know about you, but for me, my main thing would be like, fuck, I could never be Wolverine.
See, my thing is, I can't grow a beard. I'm fat. I'm not very muscular. So
you're definitely muscular.
I literally have to rely on my voice.
You're definitely muscular. You flexed before we did the thing, and your arm is like 4 times the size of mine.
Oh, that's just a natural build, man. That's all that is. I haven't lifted weights since early 2016, man. I just don't have the time for gym membership.
Yeah.
You know, that's another bill going out every month. I don't need it.
Yeah, and a ridiculous obligation. I remember it was in my early 20s, and I had an active membership at Gold's Gym, and I actively went. And I even started working out with a couple friends of mine who were, you know, stacked, and they were totally into it. And, you know, they were like, "Oh, Jesse, you're kind of doing this shit wrong." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you too, man." I'm like, "No, seriously, dude, we'll help you out." And, you know, so I'm doing all this shit and the deadlifts and all these crazy things I never did before. And, yeah, I was putting on muscle, but I had this, like, little realization with myself. One day I'm looking in the abundant mirrors at line Gold's Gym, and I see to my right a guy who looks surprisingly like the icon for Gold's Gym, and a guy on my left that also matches this description. And I look at myself and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? There's so much, it's taking so much time. And I'd put on some muscle. I was like, what the fuck is the point? I'm not doing anything with it. It's not helping me in any practical way. And I didn't give that much of a fuck about it in a vanity type way. So pulled the plug. Yes. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I cracked the window. Sorry. It is the pipe though. It's not. I'm not smoking cigarettes.
I know, I smoked earlier. In the bedroom.
Okay, so it clears out pretty quick. It's like, you know, other than not tobacco stuff, you know.
Who do we have watching?
Beats the shit out of it.
Give us a message in the chat. Let us know who you are.
Oh, I hate this window. It has the weirdest opening. There we go.
Bueller?
It's very counterintuitive lock.
Nothing from Bueller.
It's all right. I'm not too worried about the viewers, man. I mean, we'll get views on this once we actually post it. You know, this is the dumb thing. Like, I put our technical difficulties video got posted by default last night. That got like 60 views, and I was like, why? It even said technical difficulties. I think I even said, don't watch this. This isn't. Lo and behold, so yeah, I don't think we'll get a lot of active participation in the Google Hangouts until maybe a couple podcasts in, and a few people have watched it and they realize, oh, we can do this, and then if we come up with an actual designated time frame throughout and day in the week or days in the week where we do it, and they know when they can come in, that's probably when that would happen, you know?
Yeah, we'll see what we can do, man. I mean. Yeah. Oh, I definitely need some better equipment. I don't know how my voice is coming across. I mean, I'll watch it later anyway.
It sounds pretty good, dude. I mean, what do you have on your end right now?
I legitimately just have an external like 720p camera, and then I'm using the laptop mic.
It sounds pretty good considering.
That's all I've got. At least I think it's the laptop mic. Let me see. dude,
it sounds pretty good considering. My mindset. The reason I ended up having to get a webcam, I assumed my nice little MSI laptop here would have a great little. And yeah, if I don't know if this is visible, but if you were to come to my house and see all the laptops and etc., you would notice that there is a little something over all the cameras. Somebody is a little paranoid about being watched by certain clients. Because that shit happens, and I don't want to make their jobs easier. Never mind that this shit's laying around uncensored and the tablet, but whatever.
All right, let's see here.
It's in the Evil Agent Handbook. That's all I'm saying. You got to watch your...
I'm going to try to get Kalani in on this.
Oh, he's around. Right the fuck on. Oh, so hey, man, I got it. The name for my sideshow. It's going to be called What the Fuck is Going On with Jesidiah Springfield. Because essentially that is the question that I am most interested in, because I have no idea what the fuck is going on, and it's not for lack of trying. The amount of time and neurotic interest that I've invested in research and asking and further analysis into trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in all kinds of avenues and arenas. So I will bring people on, and whoever wants to discuss their perspective of what the fuck is going on in any avenue, what the fuck is going on with Jesidiah Springfield. So there we go, sideshow coming soon.
Hail to the king, baby.
What?
All right, so Kalani accepted the what? That's crazy. Apparently they can't comment on the YouTube live video. That's crazy.
I am not surprised.
Well, I set it up so that you could. I'm not sure what's going on there.
We'll get it figured out. The main thing is we've got something working, and it's got, and all three of us can be on, in theory. I guess we're about to find that out in a moment. Actually, speaking
I sent Kalani the link.
in a moment. I'll be right back because I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, honey. I stopped smoking my pipe. I stopped. I didn't mean to be mean.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you said, yeah, you're being a real dick. No, you're not. It's fine. I'm sorry. I know it's shitty tobacco, so I don't know where my nice stuff is. I know, but my nice stuff smells even better, but I couldn't find it. And, hey, I'm good. I don't need it. I'm fine. I know. I'm set on that, but thank you. Huh? I actually have one of those too. But thank you. You heading out now, or are you gonna be around for a few minutes? All right. Yeah. Just figured I'd pass the time.
Let me see if I can invite Kalani in on this.
Well, I see a bunch of activity going on in the messenger. I ain't kidding. See it happening. Hello, boys and girls. Technical difficulties at the moment. We're getting shit sorted out. We're going to bring on Kalani Happy. But in the meantime, it's a technical difficulties song. I don't know how to play it, so let me see.
That sounded like a perfect circle. There he is.
Difficulties. Oh, fuck! 3 screens! Look at that! Oh, what are the odds?
I don't even know what to do with my hands right now.
I can't believe that it worked. It
Oh,
worked.
that's great.
I can't believe that it worked.
Oh, hold on. He's showing the full body. I gotta.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's all get down on this.
Dad bod like a motherfucker. I wasn't gonna go that far with it, but yeah.
Jesus. Brick shit house.
We're the three best friends that anyone could have.
God.
Yeah.
So are we streaming or what are we doing?
Dude,
We're live.
Tim got this shit set up.
We are live on YouTube. I still haven't got it going through the Zucker book. So
yes.
But I did post the link. It is posted on the page. You know what? Let me share it to your timeline real quick.
Hey, that'll help.
I just haven't accepted it yet.
Well, I was talking to Tim about this a little earlier, man. I don't know if you watch a lot of podcasts, but like I do, and I don't think I've ever caught a podcast live. You know? I mean, I know we're used to doing Facebook Live now, so we're used to having viewers, but since we're still working out the technical difficulties and shit, I imagine once we actually post this video, it'll get the normal amount of views and shit that we normally get. But for now, at least, there's all three of us at the same time. Wow!
It is a little mind-numbing.
Yeah. I Marvel.
Yeah.
Apparently, we have some kind of notification on YouTube as well. I'm not sure what that's all about. Let's see, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, we have one subscriber.
Oh, well, our humble beginnings. How nice.
So I'll always remember this day.
Hey, I just thought about it. I'm not sure if they can even message the page anymore because I changed it and set it up so that it is more of a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Video content type page. So instead of the send message button, it's got view or watch video button. Yeah.
I'm good with it. Even though I'm pretty sure that we're going to ring some bells at some point or another and really piss some people off. And I love piss off messages.
I guarantee.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, Kalani, last night, Tim and I were fucking around with this shit, and it eventually ended up with he and I were just talking on this, but not broadcasting. And if it goes anything like the fucked up shit we were saying last night, yeah, we're gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm beginning to lift a lot of my personal tariffs that I put on myself for don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. You don't want to completely alienate your liberal friends just yet, but at the same time, they're not gonna fucking listen. So, fuck them. On that point, it's an unfortunate thing, but it seems more and more true. The more that you confront somebody's belief system with any kinds of, even if it's extraordinary amounts of evidence that are contradictory to said person's belief system, funny thing happens. They just become more steadfast in their beliefs. So, they're not going to listen. So, personal tariffs.
So what was covered last night? Full disclosure, I haven't even had a chance to look at it yet.
No, it's all good. There was nothing really covered. It was just us bullshitting, trying to work this thing out, responding to comments, which were completely random. But I mean, there was nothing major discussed, no current events or anything like that.
Not even a little. Yeah. I think I went outside. That was the big highlight on my end.
Yeah.
Tim, I think. No, I think Tim stood up briefly, so that was exciting. But that was about all we got last night. So you didn't miss anything. It was episode 4, technical difficulties, which the only reason I didn't pull it is because it actually got like views. So whatever.
So what you're saying is that everybody's combined hatred for David Hogg is still out on the table for this evening as fresh content.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck yes. God absolutely. Damn it. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I hate. I would like to slap that little lesbian right in the mouth.
Beautiful.
Like just open palm.
I just scared the shit out of my pit bull. I have no carpet in this house anywhere, so he literally did a burnout on the way out.
Fuck, bring him along too. The more the merrier at this point. God damn, I fucking hate that dude. Like,
I can't imagine why.
He's just such a fucking pube. Like, he's the worst kind of basic bitch. I mean, like, I get it. Like, not to minimize anything that happened with that whole shooting. I work in the school. I have 2 kids. Fuck, I can't imagine. However, to base that around, just kind of twist that, manipulate it, and this whole push because it fits your own really warped liberal mini lesbian fucking agenda is just absolutely ridiculous. I hate them for that. Him and that dude Emma. Like, I fucking hate that dude.
Yeah, that guy's a real prick.
That little boy from Deadpool.
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, the stunt double from The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That one. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Well,
oh my god, that is great.
Fuck that dude.
I think it's settled. We have officially pigeonholed ourselves within our own demographic. It's happened. That's where we're at.
Disco, good.
I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody.
No, definitely not.
I mean, it might. And honestly, here was my thing. I still have a fair amount of friends who fall under. And let me say this to those who don't know, because I used to not understand it when I fell along. At least I thought I was a liberal back in the day. And whenever I would hear the classic, "Oh, they're a liberal," I'd think some fucking what. Back then, it wasn't quite as bad as it is now. But now, when people are saying liberal with stank on it, they are referring to the kinds of people who shut down speakers at campuses, universities. Certain speakers who are centrist, typically, like Dave Rubin, for example. The dude is a fucking libertarian. Remember that video I showed you guys the other day?
Yeah.
He's up on stage, and he was getting into it, and immediately, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. He says, yes. Okay, I think all lives matter, but yeah, black lives too. They still just Black Lives Matter. That went on for like 15 fucking minutes. Usually it gets a lot more violent than that, and they get speakers shut down. Why? It makes no sense. And they're like the brightest thing. They're Nazis. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're not. What the fuck is going on? Yes.
I'm just waiting for us to get shut down by YouTube. I really am.
Huh?
I said I'm just waiting for us to get shut down by YouTube.
Yeah, that's another thing that might happen, which is crazy. I mean, if we really, we're not even in any kind of tumultuous waters at all.
No.
I would dare venture to say that even the worst aspects of us are pretty vanilla, considering what horrible shit really is. But yeah, we would be in danger of being shut down by YouTube.
Which is absolutely terrifying.
That's some straight up Orwellian shit right there. It makes no sense. By the way, I'm not a Nazi. Not racist and not homophobic or transphobic or any shit like that. So let's skip with that nonsense to anybody who might throw those little burner titles.
Me neither. I just really hate that lesbian David Hogg.
I do too.
They're like, you guys are trashing on kids. Like, look, they entered an adult forum essentially when they took this shit on.
Right? So here's my thing: is that little chick is sitting there so fucking pissed off, so mad that he didn't get any colleges, and the motherfucker can't even spell violence right. Like, dude, you've got umpteen million retweeters, whatever the fuck, followers on Twitter. I'm not a tweeter. I've never twitted.
Me neither.
Whatever that is.
Mm.
And you can't spell violent. You got fucking spell check on your phone. You have to intentionally be like, no, I'm going to spell this one violence.
Yeah, that's some pretty aggressive ignorance right there. That's a good point. Yeah, you would get corrected.
Yeah, and then you have the people like us who are like, you stupid motherfucker, and then you have like his little fucking minions that come out of nowhere and they're like, you can't say that about David Hogg. He's our savior.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And fucking M, and then M is in the corner jacking her shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? It just got weird for everybody. Like,
I just don't get it, man. I mean, granted, it's been quite some time since I personally had been to a university, but I watch a lot of videos. And I just don't understand it. The kinds of protests that are happening to shut down legitimate speakers. They're getting branded as hate speech, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is a centrist political disposition, or even a libertarian disposition, hate speech? But that's a great way to get shit shut down, and it's happening really aggressively. But here's the problem: that's what universities are for. They're there to have your fucking ideas challenged, to have your worldviews challenged and/or expanded upon, and etc. So to have shut down,
my university was there to teach me how to shotgun beers.
Yeah, well, there's that too. You get a great education in that as well,
and give them the business.
Well, there was that as well.
Yeah.
By the way, happy 2 year to me. I've lived 2 more years despite all the death threats. Thank God.
Happy 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I think the warden has returned. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Carry on.
So, Kalani, fill us in on that, would you? For those who may not know.
Well, there was a situation.
Russell Wilson's a bitch.
That's part of it.
Well, yeah. Well, and here's the thing that I run into is I don't like Russell Wilson. I think that he's kind of a twat.
Didn't you know him personally too?
Yeah, I mean, we went to college together. I was a senior. He was a freshman. He was a fucking go-getter, rah-rah, go soup him up guy. And I was a let's fucking do this and be done with it for the day type deal. And he just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, after reading a lot of the bullshit comments that people were posting on your posts, that my thought, they're like, you don't even know. My thought was, didn't Kalani actually know him personally? So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, so pretty much, I think what happened was there was a lot of people. I thrashed their fantasy football quarterback, and everybody got all butthurt about it. And and like I said, I did a bunch of interviews about it, yada yada yada, which was actually not what I was looking for. But it happened.
Never I thought it was amusing as hell, man. I mean, I just brushed up on all that shit throughout the week, and I was like, wow.
Well, and it's like I told them, Russell's got a great story. He's a fucking 4'8" and like doesn't have the best arm in the league, but he's a good player. I mean, he extends plays, makes things happen. Good for him.
Right.
Just because you're a good player doesn't make you a good person. And if you're such a great player, why make the story that much better? You already have like a little rocky story going on. Why embellish it? Especially with shit that all you have to do is fucking Google.
Right.
But then we have a bunch of, apparently, since everybody is still mourning Kurt Cobain out in fucking Seattle, and they have absolutely no time to go Google anything, everybody got, butthurt, and that's pretty much where we turned out with it.
Well, it was hilarious and very enlightening looking through that, especially the death threats. Jesus Christ, man! Somebody on that on your like Facebook's happy 2 years for your death threats post, and they were like, dude, it's awesome that you've got a good sense of humor about this because, wow, if it were me, and yeah, totally. looking at some of the shit that those fucking crazy assholes who actually did not have any idea what they were talking about. You said one thing that really caught my attention, which is one of the most valid criticisms. You said he's a me player. That's kind of a problem in and of itself.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak on the conversation that him and Coach had where, Coach said that he wasn't going, which, by the way, I fucking hate Tom O'Brien. Like, if there's like 5 things in this world that I'd hate, it'd be Period Blood, Coconut, Nickelback,
Ooh.
Tom O'Brien, and David Hogg.
Those are all very valid things to hate.
Yeah, like, I fucking hate Tom O'Brien.
And you know what? I'm just going to say, nothing against chicks, Period Blood. It's just something against you. It sucks. And look, jizz sucks too, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? This is a disclaimer that, people have to throw out these days, or else, we're going to get labeled falsely.
Completely agree.
This is gross. It doesn't.
If you get backed up and you have the goobers in there, it's not good for anybody. Just not good for anybody.
No bueno.
So I mean, obviously, I can't speak on the conversations they had. Yada, yada. I know what I saw. I know what his teammates say, or people that were his teammates.
Which you have inside knowledge of, given your history.
Right. So, so like from there, and then, like the guys that I was still friends with or still on a team, like I know what they say, and the guys that he played in Seattle with, I know a couple of them, I know what they say. And it all pretty much sums up to Russell's a fucking douche.
Right.
And that's all I was saying. And apparently people just can't handle that.
Yeah. Don't criticize our Lord and Savior, essentially.
Yeah. So
like you said, you can be great at something and still be a dick,
Yeah, it's like Jordan. Jordan, best basketball player of all time. He's a fucking prick.
Yeah, exactly.
But
no PR firm in the world is going to save that. They can try, and it'll work for the masses, but behind the scenes, that's
right. So that was that, and 2-year was there, and it's still as funny as it was the day that it all started happening, and so that was good. That always makes for a happy week.
Dude, it blew my mind. I mean, I knew about it from you guys talking about it on our messenger thread and everything, but I just didn't know until the memory thing cycled and. Wow.
The magnitude of it, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I was on the couch and and Alexis was next to me. I was like, "Holy shit, honey, look at this!" I was like, "That's colonic. That's what happened." And she was like, "What the fuck?" And I said, "I know, it's crazy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, Tim is smoking.
Is that a dildo?
Ganja. What's that? What is that?
That looks like lube.
Loaded lube.
Smoke. Yes.
Oh, it's nicotine spooge. I know. I used to have one of those. I used to like my vape pen thing. I just don't know what the fuck happened. I moved and I lost it, and I just haven't gotten a new one. So
I still chew.
Hey, dude, that works. I like this. And it smells better than cigarettes. It's a difference. And also, there is an old school, like, apothecary style tobacconist in Winchester. It's called J.B. Hayes Tobacconist. You walk in there, it's gorgeous. It's hardwood, everything, and they have their tobacco in these glass jars. And it has all these nice names, and it all smells great, and it's fantastic. Ooh, I want some of the Aspen. Like, yes, sir, you've got it. Thunk. Ounce, so on and so forth. And when you smoke it, the smell is the difference as far as between cigarettes. It's the difference between like an old 1800s Victorian library and an outhouse. Like, that's the difference. Cigarettes, outhouse. Pipe tobacco, Victorian library. It's fancy and it's not as horrific. But I smoke cigarettes too.
Oh, God.
I've got the outhouse in the library. What happened to Kalani?
I don't know what happened to me.
You turned into a blue.
There we go.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Salutations.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a call and then everything just went stupid and I don't know.
It shuts off your camera temporarily. That's all.
Yeah. So.
Calls. I really do. Every time I hear my phone ring, I go, fuck!
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm the same way, dude.
It's nothing personal. I got a lot of shit to do typically, and I hear the phone, and I've got horrific ADD, so I know that if I answer, I'm probably going to be talking to whoever it is for at least a few hours, even if it's a solicitor. I know shit's just going to happen.
What I'm wondering,
new favorite thing.
You can't comment on the video itself.
Huh?
My new favorite thing with those solicitors is actually like sitting on the phone and like fucking with them.
Oh.
True story. I had one last week or 2 weeks ago, and for an extended warranty program for my truck.
Huh.
So
that was valid.
So I said, look, you know, I'm interested in what you guys are offering me, but I need to know that a couple parts are covered before we move further with this thing. I said, okay, well, you know what are you looking for? I said, I've had all kinds of problems with my muffler bearings. Is that is that something that you guys cover? True story. So she starts typing it and she's like, God, I'd feel a lot less stupid if I could type out muffler.
Wow. That's the thing that triggers this.
What?
So,
Jesus.
Whoops.
I don't even know what to say to that, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to try to sell her on blinker fluid, but I just rode out the muffler bearings thing as far as I could.
Oh,
that's solid there.
That blinker fluid reservoir will get you every time.
Yeah, no, the next time, I'm definitely going flux capacitor. No question.
Dude.
You can buy one on O'Reilly's.
That's true.
Kalani, I do the same thing. I love fucking with them. From now on, you know, for the sake of our channel, we've got to find some way to record the shit we say to fuck with solicitors, because something tells me that'll be some solid content.
It could be greatness.
I keep getting these calls from some place pretending to be with like Wyndham Hotels or some shit. I don't know if you guys have gotten these.
Not yet.
But they have a way of spoofing their phone number. Jesus.
Oh, dude, a lot of those have them now, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
They typically answer numbers that look local, because it's like, oh, it could be a new.
They know that.
Exactly.
Yep. But yeah, they'll call me from a 540 or a 757 number sometimes, which is fucking strange. And it's always this thing about your booking number was selected. I don't know, but these guys are good.
Yeah.
They know when you're fucking with them. And
really?
Yes, man. There was one. I asked the dude. I said, "Hey, I have to know. Is there plenty of like woods behind the hotel?" He was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Just all right. Before you answer that, let me ask you this: how good is your room service? Not your room service, but your housekeeping. Are they good at removing blood from sheets? You know, that kind of thing."
Yes.
You know? And he kind of put two and two together, and he was like, "Man, fuck you," and hung up. And occasionally you'll get Muhammad telling you his name is Richard, you know, and they're a little easier to fuck with.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah, I really like those. Hello, my name is Joe. Motherfucker, know it.
No, it isn't. I mean, at least the odds of it are pretty slim to none.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, man.
Speaking of which, I actually spent a lot of time speaking with a lot of dudes from Calcutta and shit over the last few nights, getting my technical issues ironed out with the computer and such.
Oh, hey,
Those
buddy.
guys were solid. They did a great job. I'm just saying. However, the ones that bother you unsolicited, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember what service they were selling, but it was, excuse me, I mean, my name is hard to say as it is for most people, so it makes it all the easier to identify solicitors. This is Mr. Ganteomi in there? Yeah, but not in the sense that you mean. I'm sorry? He's here, but, well, there's a lot of blood. He is bleeding out all over the place. Do you need to talk to him right now? Is it urgent? Because we've only got a few minutes. It's Mr. Ganteomia. Yeah, but I just shot him a lot. He's dying on the floor. So, how urgent is it? The dude didn't get it. He didn't get it. It was no fun. I had some fun with him, but that one just wasn't really fun.
Oh my god.
I guess we got
I had one. I had one actually earlier this week that was trying to get lower interest or whatever on my student loans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking have any. So I gave this poor lady the runaround for about 30 minutes on all the international student loan debt I have from Outer Mongolia State.
Yes.
Which required some sort of being bounced back and forth between her and her supervisor to see if I got the funding from in-state or, like the states to go abroad. And it was great.
Dude, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have either of you gotten the fake IRS scam ones?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one and the lower your credit card rate.
Yeah, those are the fake IRS ones really piss me off, and I don't feel bad for a second wasting as much of their time as I possibly can. It was about a year ago I got one of them, and it was right when that shit for me started happening. And yeah, so it was a guy who suspiciously had a Hindi accent, and he was. They say a lot of frightening words and phrases, which for like old people who don't know better, it works on them. That's why they do this shit.
Like garnish?
Yeah. And they said, so he's saying to me, like, if you do not rectify this financial problem now, you will be incarcerated without prosecution. And I said, oh, Jesus. Okay, well, what do I have to do? We will need you to send the money now. Oh, okay. How do you want me to send it? We need you to wire the money, and I think I don't know how people fucking wire money because I don't do it. But I think it's whatever. Western
Union.
Yes, it was Western Union. Thank you.
Yes, because that's what the IRS uses. That's right. Yeah.
So I said, okay, well, you're gonna have to give me a few minutes because I got to drive there. So I went to my Jeep. I opened the door, I slammed it, and I went back inside, and I turned on the TV and just kept watching. I was like, I'm on my way now, but you're going to have to give me a few minutes. The store's, the nearest. Okay, take your time. Take your time. So I took my time, as long as I could. I got back to him. Okay, so what do you need me to do? And I just kept him going and going and going. Finally, with the punchline being, yeah, I haven't sent you a fucking thing. This is the dumbest scam ever. Essentially, you got me to go to a Western Union, which I did not go. I have not left my house. And you tried to get me to put the money on a fucking gift card to send to you in the mail personally. You dumb fuckosaurus. Close relative of the what the fuckosaurus. Yeah, I felt... and he said, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. And I said, oh, of course, an agent of the IRS would state to a taxpayer that he was a piece of shit. So I'm the piece of shit. Anyway, I feel no remorse for that shit whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You done now? Okay. Bye, honey. Have a good night.
And it's like they have no creativity anymore. I mean, it's like a fucking letdown with them.
Yeah, it really is. I remember when I was in my late teens, early 20s, when I first had my own cell phone and my own number, and I got a few calls. And I would fuck with them then, but at least then a few times, like there was a few of them that totally called me on my bullshit, but creatively, they just went, oh yeah, you're a Secret Service agent, oh yeah, do you like sucking dicks? I'm like, whoa, dude, what right do you have to say that to me? I mean, essentially at the point where they realize the call is completely pointless, but
and then they get like a little sultry with it. Yeah, Are you ear raping me right now?
Yeah.
You need to calm your digital teats over there, Joe.
Joe from Calcutta.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Joe. I am from Austin. I
highly doubt that.
I don't know how valid that is, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have moved to Austin, but I don't think you're from there.
Yeah, no, I know that you definitely don't sound born and raised there, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there's that.
There's that.
Yeah.
So you
So
know, public service announcement to anybody who's got a little bit of time or just has the time to set your phone down and not take calls for all. If you get one of these fake scams from these fake IRS scams, these people succeed at doing this. They usually scam a lot of senior citizens and so on and so forth. That's typically their demographic, but they use the kind of language that, regardless of how objectively stupid and clearly scam-like the call is, it works. That's why they do it. So if you can do your civic duty and keep them busy and occupied, hey, go for it. If you got some good ones, send them to us and we'll put them on the show.
because let's be honest, they deserve to be fucked with.
Yes, they do. I feel a
They
little bit
deserve.
bad with other solicitors because that's the, you know what, they're just doing their job, as shitty of a job that is. They're just doing their job. They're not really hurting anybody, even though they kind of are. But the fucking scams, the hardcore, claiming you're the IRS and threatening people with, you know, possible incarceration and shit, even an objective as you can get, rational person is going to think for a second, holy fuck, is this for real? Could this be for real? Wait a minute, let me check on my phone. What are the IRS scams? What are they saying? Put in the number. Great way to clear it right off the bat. Like, oh, it's a scam. Good. Time to put the popcorn in and have some fun.
Oh yeah.
That's my idea of a good Saturday afternoon.
That's when you need a call recorder on your phone or something.
There's actually an app for that.
Yeah.
There's an app for everything.
I had one for clients back in the day because reasons, but that was a paid for one and it totally wasn't worth it. But they have a bunch of free ones now. We should get some.
Yeah, I have one. It's fantastic.
Is
The
it?
last time I did that, somebody called, and I happened to be on like TeamSpeak or something.
Yeah.
And they recorded it through TeamSpeak. I put it on speaker, and they recorded that shit. I got to find out who has that recording. It was great.
I would like to hear it. I always love hearing the fuck with the solicitor calls.
Yeah, it was one of those, not the IRS one, but it was the guy talking about, I've got money waiting for you in an account and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, man, I love those.
Dude, that's good. Where they're like, yes, I've got $2.3 million waiting for you, but I'm gonna need your full social.
Yeah. You won
mom,
the contest you never entered.
And your mom's maiden name, and what make and model was your first car, and
your pet's first name.
The warning
and what's your pet's first name?
Yeah.
I will be back again.
No problem. You know, speaking of which, I know it. I just realized pet's first name. That's not. But I have encountered a situation on a job where a dog had a surname, and it was its own surname too. I was outside having a little break, and this woman walks outside one of the buildings. And this is the place I was working at is like this compound, very fancy, and they have all these, you know, old, huge like estate colonial houses, which are the tenant houses. And anyway, this woman comes out and she's yelling, "Beverly Caldwell! Beverly Caldwell!" And I said to the painter I was working with, I was like, "Who's Beverly Caldwell?" And he goes, "Oh, that's the dog." And then the dog is... And I said, "The dog has a surname?" And he goes, Yeah. I said, what's this lady's last name?" Smith. I said, "The dog has its own surname?" "Oh, yeah." I thought that was unusual.
All right. So,
sometimes dogs do have surnames.
Speaking of, not really speaking of, but funny story of mistaken identity or just mistaken anything. Me and you remember Wes Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a few years back, me and Wes, you know, I lived with Wes for a while, and That was during my couch surfing saga, which was awesome. I was just a professional couch surfer. It was like the greatest.
Dude, I had a good time doing that myself back in the day.
Love my wife, love my kids, but couch surfing is the shit.
So watch TV in an exotic environment. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had a break in, and over the weekend, and so first thing Wes does when he gets back is he calls ADT and has a security system put into the house. And he's like, all right, dude. He said, now just remember this. The password is what I thought he said, beer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, got it. He was like, just remember, it's something that we both love. And I'm like, no worries. Yeah. I'm on. So I got done with work a little bit early and I came on back, fucking walked in the door. I'm like, shit. So I'm typing the number really fast. And he's like, okay. And, like in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, wait by the phone. You're going to get a call. You need to pick it up by the third ring. And then you need to tell them what the safe word is. I'm like, I got this. So, boop, 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 boop. Go flying up the stairs. And the telephone rings, pick it up first ring. I'm like, yes, everything is okay. And they're like, well, we have an alarm going off. I said, I know. I said, I completely walked in. It's no big deal. He said, okay, well, do you have the password? I said, yes. The password is beer. And she's like,
no, it isn't.
What was that? I was like, beer. Like Bud Light, Busch Light, Coors Light, Guinness, Corona, beer. Oh. And she's like, I said, I even said to her, I said, it's something that me and my roommate both love. And she goes, okay, have a good one.
Oh,
hangs the phone. So next thing I know, I'm sitting there, like putting a fat lipper, fire up the Xbox, just really loving life. And I hear the sirens come blare around the corner, and Wes is blowing up my phone. And he's like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, the alarm went off. I put in the code. I came upstairs. I answered the phone and told him the password. Everything was fine. What the fuck are you talking about? He was like, what'd you tell him the password was? I was like, beer. Same thing you told him. He was like, no, the password is deer.
Oh.
Like, why?
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm going to have to obviously explain. He was like, never mind. They already called, but you're going to have to talk to the police department, tell them. And so it was this big ordeal because the whole BD situation.
Yeah. Oh,
so, sort of like the Yanny and Laurel, but less annoying.
Yeah.
God, and it's like, I hear Yanny every time, and then other people, and people get like so pissy about it. They're like, how the fuck do you hear Lanny? They're clearly saying Laurel. I'm sitting here like, in 4 days, nobody's going to give a fuck about this.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a similar, this is the occupational hazard when you work in a variety of different people's houses, and your clients trust you enough to, I've gone into a lot of homes where they are not there for a long time, weeks at a time. So one of these circumstances was in D.C. It was a few years back. And I go in the house, and the alarm was not supposed to be on, but somebody didn't get the memo, and I did not know what the fuck the password was. I was also staying there, and I just got in. Alarm went off because I had the key. Opened the door, and yeah, shit went south. I picked up the phone. What's the password? I have no idea. I tried to explain the situation, and I'm trying to call my clients who are not answering the phone because they were in fucking Santa Barbara or some shit. They weren't in the States. I think they were in the Caribbean somewhere. St. Lucia. So that was interesting. I had a nice long talk with the police, and luckily the person who came and vouched for me was the guard for the gated community that I was in. Yeah, that made my work day considerably that day. Still billed for it. That.
Hey, speaking of run-ins with the police, Tim, I was just home a couple weeks ago, like we talked about for the charity ball.
Oh, shit.
What do you remember when we both got community service and had to do it at the nursing home?
Yeah.
What happened? Great too.
Yeah. What did we do?
That wasn't actually a combined effort. One of them, you're talking about the place on 28, right?
Yeah, the one with Pike Lunsford.
Oh, Jesus. Those were completely separate incidences. You and I were not involved together at that point. Mine was something my brother had done, I had gotten involved in. I won't get into too many details, but needless to say, it involved theft and so on and so forth. That is no longer on my record. That's actually why it took me so long to get into the Army.
Oh, holy shit.
Well, it's because they Fauquier County completely purged that record. The only thing they had was a court docket stating that I was there that day and what the charge was or something like that. That's it.
Holy shit. Well, that's good.
Hold on.
Huh.
But yeah, that's all they could find. So they the waiver process was kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I thought when you went into the Army, I thought, Jesus Christ, he's going in a little later than most. That makes sense as to why. So you guys had to do community service at a nursing home?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even remember what for.
That's hilarious.
I have no idea why I was there.
That's hilarious. I don't like nursing homes, mostly, because they smell bad. For the most part.
The warden's home. Say hi.
Hi, Warden.
Warden made money tonight.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, shit. Did I just hit the wrong button?
No, you're there.
Warden made $250
Fuck yeah.
for 3 hours worth of work.
Pimpin' ain't easy, bitch.
It's necessary.
You didn't tell me your dog was being a turd.
Oh, and that's why he was locked in the bedroom? Yeah, he's a dick.
My dog is terrified of stairs, or else she would be up here with me. But instead, she is just downstairs whining.
Gravity, man.
With stairs, but she's fucking terrified of going up the stairs.
Gravity eventually gets everyone.
It does. Gravity.
Hold on. Look at that beast.
Hey, there it is.
Jesus.
That, man.
It's a horse.
It is a
He's a
horse.
Cane Corso.
Uh,
He's a Cane Corso.
I've got a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which means I have to walk a lot every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with this one, I don't have to walk a lot, but there's a lot of arguing about the amount of dog drool on the ceiling, walls, couches.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking dog from the Sandlot. I mean, I've never seen the production of drool like this dog can muster up.
Mine just sheds profusely. No matter what time of the year, she sheds constantly. And it turned me into a neurotic vacuuming enthusiast because I don't like being covered in dog hair and having all my stuff covered in dog hair. So the Dyson, man, it's the Ferrari of vacuums. It makes it.
Go anywhere. Go lay down.
Oh, the dog.
Oh, I'll go lay down.
Dude, we even have a bed in here because it was supposed to be the playroom and the kids could come in here and watch
Guys,
TV.
my phone died.
Uh-oh.
And Happy out.
Happy is...
Look it up!
All right.
No!
He's still clinging. Hanging on. Farewell, good sir. You will be sorely missed.
I saw you, Pete. I was talking about the bed. Go lay down.
How? I just heard vengeance and anger. But no
She's yelling at the dog because the dog.
Well, that's a perfect thing to put anger and vengeance towards.
Yeah.
No, he was peeping out the door. So I told him he gets his ass back up on the bed. That's where he's supposed to be.
Well, there you go.
Man.
Anywho.
Did you eat it?
Oh, I think I'm cashed out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this printer so that you don't have to do that. You can do this.
Yeah, but I liked having my print.
I don't.
I like getting stuff off the printer today.
Where is the Kalani?
Phone
Come back.
What are you chewing on?
Come back, my sweet prince.
Gotta plug that shit in. What are the
Now,
memes?
see, if I want to, I can change who is the big picture.
Oh.
So right now, you are the big picture. There you go. I'm the little guy.
Oh.
Little fella. Just a wee little fella, man.
The little how? What do you mean?
Like in the corner, the way you see it.
Oh, just that's super little though.
I think you heard
Fuck, I wish I knew how to juggle. I feel like I need to do something more entertaining.
Well,
Hey, there he is.
I do remember a trick you knew back in high school. You could stretch certain body parts. Never mind.
Man, I did that way too much. Do you have any idea how many different people across a lot of different platforms have reminded me of that?
Oh, yeah.
A friend of mine used to call me Stretch, and I forgot why he called me that. Like, it was a few years ago. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Stretch?" And I was like, "Why? Wait, dude, this is going to sound dumb, but I forgot why he called me that. Because he used to take your balls and stretch your ball sack to a ridiculous, a lot of torque stretching." And I was like, Jesus Christ, what was I doing?
Yes, you did that. It was a math class. Actually, you, Kalani, and I had together. I forget who else was in that class.
Stretching the
Yeah,
ball sack.
those are the three I remember.
That's
Three of us.
Well, you gotta pass this. You gotta pass the time somehow in math.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even remedial math, so I don't know how the fuck the three of us got put together.
Oh, dude, I remember that. That was. Yeah.
10th or 11th grade, I can't remember which.
Yeah, I don't know. It's.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's funny, man. It's weird. Like, I keep forgetting that we've all known each other for a really long time because, you know, there was that, well, at least me out of the picture for a while. It's like I keep forgetting, like, oh, yeah, fuck. I've known both these guys for a really long time. We went to school together for a long time.
I think I've officially known Kalani for 20 years now.
That sounds right.
21 years. And that's just, fuck,
I'm
that's.
sorry, Kalani.
Yeah, that's a long number. I met Kalani when I was in elementary school. He had just moved, and he moved down the road into the neighborhood that one of my friends lived. So that's how I met him, because then they became friends, so on and so forth. And then, you know, we ended up in the same schools. Yeah, like middle school and high school.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. I think I met him playing football in middle school.
Oh.
Yeah, I think no. I met him in middle school. He moved for 8th grade, and then freshman year of high school, we both played football together.
You know where I never met anybody?
Playing football.
Yeah, I am not an athlete, and I wasn't back then. And
I was back then. Now I just do 12-ounce curls.
that's the way to go.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I need to grab a beer.
Hey, there you go.
She's home. I can drink now.
Ah, boom.
In fact, I'm getting a mini fridge for the office just for nights like
idea.
this.
Hey,
That was my idea. You approved it. That's all it was.
I should do that too. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
a mini fridge for the office.
Well, see, for me, all I need is Kahlua and vodka. But I gotta keep my. I like to use almond milk.
Yep, same here. That's all we buy.
Yeah, it's just nice. I like almond milk. It's good. It's good in this. It's good. It's
The
good.
vanilla almond milk.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like a couple of fucking hipsters. What the hell, dude?
You don't have to. Just because you agree with one of the things doesn't mean you have to agree with all the things.
You got a point. I'm gonna go grab my beer. I'll be right back.
That's cool. In the meantime, I'll do a little dance. Make a little love and get down tonight. Well, I'll sing a song.
Oh my God, I'm still in the room.
Well, Then I'll keep my pants on for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What the hell just happened? Do I
He
want
said
to
he'll keep his pants on for me. I told him thank you.
My pants are remaining on. I didn't know she's still in the room. I said I was going to sing a song, do a little dance, take my pants off.
And I was like, Dawn, I'm in the room.
So what are you going to do? I remain well panted for the time. And would you like to buy any Bibles? Because I'm selling Bibles today.
Dude, she's seen me with my pants off. Nothing could be more traumatic.
Shut up. I want to see you with your pants off right now.
Giggity.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I can't imagine. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know why I've been wearing these headphones. Like, I don't hear anything through them. I don't have my shit hooked up that way. But here they are.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could use my the headphones I use for my PlayStation, but the pass-through mic does not work all that well.
I've got a bunch of because I have ADD and I love playing with things. Allah Akbar, Admiral Akbar!
It's a trap.
It's always a trap. It's just for anybody who's like, look at that crazy asshole. He has guns just laying all over the place. These are all fake. Why do I have fake guns? None of your fucking business. Keep it tucked away responsibly, because you shouldn't play with real guns haphazardly unless you've made plans to do that safely before you got into a haphazard state of mind to play with your guns. Because let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
But you just got to be away from civilization. For the most part.
And we are still live, so YouTube hasn't caught that yet. Apparently, they have an anti-gun stance.
Well, that's always good. Hey, going to the range is all well and good. It's great. But if you know somebody who has a lot of land and also is an enthusiast, that's fun too. Yeah,
there's a lot of land out this way, but I know absolutely nobody but the people I work with, and they all live out in the Hampton Roads, all that area. I'm not going out there if I'm not working.
Yeah. My dad, luckily, lives in the middle of the nowhere, and there's a lot of land, and so the option's there. Ironically, we haven't done that. I really want to take out my Lee Enfield, but we just haven't done it yet. Not to his place. He lives over an hour away. I love going out there because the dog gets to romp around like a horse in the field, and it's all well and good. But work happens a lot, and when you're self-employed, you work all the time, basically. So
I kind of work all the time. I mean, dude, I'm on the road, what, 10 hours a week? Every week, it's guaranteed.
What's your commute?
10 hours.
What's your daily commute?
In the morning, it's anywhere from like 50 to 60 minutes. In the afternoon, it's about an hour and a half, if not more.
What time do you have to get up in the morning to keep a real job like that?
Oh, God.
I don't have a real job, so I'm always curious.
4 a.m.
Oh, God. I'm still awake sometimes at 4 a.m.
So am I.
Yeah, there's been some days where it's not often where I have a job where I have to get up early. But when it does happen, some nights I'll look at the clock and I'll just be like, fuck it. There's no point going to bed now. I'll just grind out this day.
And that's when you're buying every Monster and Red Bull that 7-Eleven has on the shelf.
Oh, yeah. I go for the Starbucks double shots and anything that has ginkgo in it and any other high-octane bullshit that will mostly keep me awake and somewhat coherent. Oh, bad days, though.
Starbucks.
Yeah, the Starbucks double shots that they sell.
As a fully grown man, you're drinking Starbucks. Okay.
Tim, I have an iPhone.
Yeah, that you do, man.
So, I love.
All right, fair enough.
You know what really chaps my ass though? In Canada, they've got a great coffee chain. It's Tim Hortons. It's reasonable.
Yeah!
Huh?
Fucking love Tim Hortons.
Yes, you see? That's what I'm talking about. But do we have Tim
You
Hortons?
talk about anything Canadian and her head starts spinning like Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
Fuck off.
I love Canada. Have you ever been to Canada? I mean, clearly somebody there has.
No, I haven't. She has.
Where have you been? Where you been to in Canada?
Toronto. I spent a lot of time in Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah.
A couple other places that I can't remember off the top of my head because I was really young.
And drunk.
But no, I did all my drinking in Niagara Falls.
French
And she didn't fall in, so.
That's always a successful day at the falls. 'Cause that shit happens.
Well, that's why the new
People
guardrail
fall, they get thrown in, but just he fell. He fell.
It happens.
The mob still runs a lot of shit, you know, so there's a lot of people who fell.
Dude, she's from fucking Buffalo, so she's practically Canadian.
Oh.
I mean,
We used to go on field trips to Canada.
That's awesome. I love it up there. I've never been to Nova Scotia, but I hear that place sucks. You know, a lot of the other places. What's really crazy about Montreal, they literally have an underground city in Montreal. And I've been to Montreal several times, and I'd never heard of that. It wasn't until one of the last times I was up there that a friend of mine, and I thought he was joking, he was like, yeah, let's go to the underground city. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And we went underground. And lo and fucking behold, it was like a city underground. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. There's all kinds of stores. Some of the underground cities really fancy. Yeah, Google it. It's mind blowing, and it goes throughout the city for the most part. It's fucking bananas. Stories underground, and the only times when you realize it is when you get into certain areas where the massive skylights. You're like, Jesus Christ, we are underground, like really far. Wow.
so it's like the Hive from Resident Evil.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, actually, yeah. And it's like, oh, we're about to die, but at least there's a Tim Hortons. That's what's most important. It's better coffee. They don't intentionally burn the beans like Starbucks does or whatever. It tastes better. It's less expensive. Fuck. But what other coffee chain is there here in the States? I don't know of any. I wish there was one. Other than those shitty ones that are run by the, like, hipster guys. It's like it'll have some hipster name for the coffee place, and it's just, I just fucking places.
There is a coffee chain that will open up little shops or whatever on military bases in the Middle East, Afghanistan, all that crap. Green Beans.
Well,
they are phenomenal. They have what they call the mother of all coffee, the MOAC.
Oh.
It's 4 shots of espresso,
Ooh.
and you can get in a 32-ounce glass, iced or not. And you can actually have them add more shots of espresso. When I was over in Kuwait doing the overnight shift, why are you so loud all of a sudden? That's weird. Doing the overnight shift, I would go and have them do 6 shots of espresso.
That's awesome. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me, man, because that's a market that just seems like ripe with potential. The only competition that another coffee chain would have is Starbucks, and the only thing you need to do to compete is not have your coffee outrageously overpriced. That in and of itself would pretty much do it. You know? Not just a fucking $1 off of it.
And you know what? It really wasn't terrible. They also had these, like, there was a chocolate smoothie, vanilla smoothie, and something else that were just fucking phenomenal, man. They really were.
I love all that.
They were terrible for you, but they were phenomenal.
Sure. I'm a fan of the latte. I'm a latte guy. I love the lattes.
I don't know what the fuck a latte is.
I don't know either, but it's good. And I don't know what the difference is because one day, I'm not an advocate for Dunkin' Donuts, but it's on the way occasionally to some job sites. So I stop in there and I say, "Can I get an iced coffee or can I get an iced latte?" And last week the dude was like, "Sir, our wacky magic machine is broken." So I was like, "Can you just give me an iced coffee then?" Yeah. So you put cream and sugar in it? Yeah, and I got that. I was like, tastes like a latte. So I don't know what the difference is, but ordinarily it's fantastic.
I have no idea. You'll occasionally see me grabbing those little mini drinks or whatever the Starbucks ones you're talking about, or whatever brand they have. Oh, excuse me.
I'm just surprised.
But it's rare. I stick to Monsters or stuff like that. If I'm not drinking coffee, normally I'll get up. I'll do a 16-ounce travel mug of coffee to drink on my way to work because it is a long drive, and then I've got a 40-ounce thermos that I pour and stick in my bag, and I drink that throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 56 ounces of coffee I'm drinking throughout the day. I drink very little of anything else.
Yeah. I try to drink as much coffee as I possibly can when I'm at work. It's just I'm not. By nature, I'm just more nocturnal, and when I don't have to, I don't fight it. But when I gotta go to work, fuck, or when I have to work not at home, I usually have to get to the job while it's at least some daylight out. Lots of coffee.
Yeah, man, is he coming back or what?
I don't think so, because his phone died, which means he would have to plug his phone back in, let the battery re-up or whatever. You know what? We're probably past our little time thing anyway, so.
I have no idea. It doesn't tell me how long we've been on.
No, I have no idea either. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that was something completely different. And now for something completely different. Yeah, I really am surprised that no other coffee chains have opened up. It just seems like a fucking no-brainer. Starbucks, they charge a shitload of money for shitty coffee for the most part, and we've just gotten accustomed to it, but you don't need to charge that much to have a successful coffee chain, so I don't understand why that hasn't happened.
Yeah, you really don't.
Whatever. I'm just surprised.
So, hey, what's your schedule looking like tomorrow?
I might go to the theater for a little bit and be Deadpool. But if I do that, it's only going to be for a little bit. I'll be around in the evening.
Okay. I'm thinking we do this again tomorrow.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Earlier. Much earlier.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't. If I don't have to, I kind of. The lady I'm talking to at Alamo, she's a manager of some sort, but we haven't. She's been busy, and so have I. So we haven't been on the dial. I don't think I have to be there tomorrow, so I don't think I have to do it until next weekend. So if I don't have to do that, then I'm around.
All right, I got a bunch of stuff to do around the house during the day, and then we can pick up whenever, really.
Cool, man. Yeah, I think we kind of just bullshitted tonight, but that's fine. But tomorrow, get into the nitty-gritty of the nittiest of gritty.
Yeah, and I mean, I've already got this video titled Test Run, and so far it's working pretty well.
Yeah, dude, I thought this was great for a trial. Fucking A. I'm glad we don't have to use the phones now. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we can still
an option if necessary.
Yeah, which is great, because, if we want to occasionally do a Facebook Live thing just for the fuck of it, to get the participation as we figure things out,
Well, as you saw with Kalani, we can still use Google Hangouts.
That's true.
On mobile.
That's true. That's true.
But I think we are good for the night. I think it was a pretty good test run.
Yeah, man. I think so, too. Thanks.
All right, dude. I'm going to hop off here, probably finally eat something.
Oh, fuck. Solid idea. Me, too. All right, Mr. Good night to you, sir.
All right, man.
Farewell to potential future viewers. Sayonara.